Hey, it's Mr. Turk. And I was going to walk you through groups in Office 365. A group is kind of a custom, it's kind of hard to describe, so I'll just show you. I have a group right here. This group is called GHS YRBK for Yearbook 2021. And this is just my yearbook class, my yearbook club this year. So I've added all of my yearbook club members to it. To create a custom group, you're going to go to Outlook. If you don't know what Outlook is, again, when you log into Office 365, it looks kind of like an envelope. Here, I'll zoom in so you can see it. So right here, Office 365, and then Outlook looks like a blue envelope with an O on it. Once you're in Outlook, to create groups, you're going to go to the People app. And the People app you can access in Office 365, or you can just go down here. This is your Outlook, this is your calendar, and this is the People app. So I'm going to open that in a new tab here so we can take a look at it. And in the People app, you can make custom contact lists. You can also make groups and basically look at the directory of people in your organization, or look at and browse other groups. So right now what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through how I set up the group. It's pretty easy. You're just going to go to this new contact button right here and click on the drop down menu button, a little arrow, and click on new group. And this is what I did when I made my group. I gave it a name, and the name of the group is actually the name of the email that will send any emails to that group. So I called it, GHS Yearbook 2021, put a little description. And this setting right here, the privacy, is really important. What it means is only the approved members can see emails that are sent to this particular group email address. If you set it to public, then anybody in your organization can discover this group and look at its emails that are sent to it. Only do that if you really want those messages to be public. I'm going to discard this because I've already made my group. And anytime you're in the People's app, you can see your contact lists and your contacts that are custom on the left-hand side here. So if I click on your contacts, anybody I've added to my contacts will show up here. So this is my tree ring consultant for your book. And then in the groups down here, right, I'm the owner of this group, so I can click on the owner section. And these are the groups that I own. If I was a member of the group, another group, right, I would click on member, and these are the groups I am a member of. And again, once you're in this app, this is basically all the functionality of the group. So I can follow this group's inbox by checking this little box right here, and that just means anytime a email is sent to the group, it actually shows up in my regular inbox. I don't have to go somewhere special to look at those emails. And again, in here, I can look at the group members. These are my students. I can add members by clicking on this little members tab and then click add members. Again, I've just added my students that are in Yearbook. I can look at all the emails that have been sent to this particular group email, and any files associated with the group can be uploaded and shared here. So real quick, in this little window, right, if I scroll down, these are all the apps that are associated with the group. So I'm going to walk through email real quick and how that works first, and then we're going to take a look at Planner, the calendar, and the website. So any email that's sent to your group, you can access in your regular inbox. I'm not going to actually show you that because, again, my inbox is full with private emails. I can also click on this particular inbox. This is because I followed the GHS Yearbook inbox. And then if I scroll down to groups, right, all my group inboxes are down here as well. If I don't follow the inbox, it will show up down here under groups. So anytime a email is sent to GHS Yearbook 2021 at smcjuhsd.org, that's my organization email address, right, I will see it in here and I can reply to it. just like I would any other email. Except it's a little bit different. When you click reply all to an email, basically you're replying as yourself, and you're also replying to the entire group. So typically, if you don't want all your group members to see your reply, you can get rid of this or remove this. Again, this is all of the members in the group. To do that, just put your cursor in there and hit backspace. I think. Crap. Yeah. So I guess when you're applying in here, you can't really delete everybody. But you can expand this list and remove certain people if you don't want them seeing the email or receiving the email. I think now maybe? Yeah. So now I can hit backspace and delete everybody. But I don't think you can get rid of the GHS yearbook group signifier in there. That's fine. Again, I'm not really familiar with groups, and I'm just now learning some of this stuff. So again, if I reply to this email, everybody in the group's going to see it. And it will also have my name. And my name, again, is Joseph Turek. So it's going to be an email that's from me, and it's going to be sent to the group. So the group will know that that email has been replied to by me, and they won't have to handle it, essentially. All right, so that's email. And again, if you're a part of a group responding to an email sent to that group, whenever you click reply all or reply, you will always be sending it to all the group members. That lets them know that you responded to it, and basically, lets that person know that a staff member, a group member, heard your request and sent something back to you. So there's a bunch of other features for groups. If you click on the group name, or at any point in time, whether it's over here in the heading, or if you click on it in the email, it's going to open up this page. And again, this is a great way to access and look at the group members, or access and look at other applications. So the applications we're going to look at is the group site, the group planner, and the calendar. So let's take a look at those. And again, I just held down Control and clicked on each of these applications. So the group site, again, is a SharePoint site. SharePoint sites are great ways to kind of, share files, share activity. It's basically, it's kind of like a hub for all of the group activities, files, links, everything. So I put a couple of links on this SharePoint website. Again, editing a SharePoint website is just like any other free website builder. So if you've used like Wix.com or Google Sites, it's basically the same thing. If you click on edit, you can you can move parts of the site around. You can edit those parts. You can delete parts. You can add new parts. You can change the layout. Again, to add a part, I believe you just click on this little plus sign here. And there's a ton of things you can add to these websites. I really am not familiar with all of them. Suffice to say that, if this were a public SharePoint site, other people in my organization could discover it and come here and discover content that's related to the organization. But this is a private SharePoint site because it's a private group. So I'm mainly going to use this as a backup storage for our photos. So I'm going to hit republish here, which takes me out of the SharePoint site editor and basically allows me to do things in the site. So this backup photos fall 2020 folder is a folder or a document library that everybody in my group can see and everybody can upload files to. So if they have photos that they've already uploaded to our yearbook website where we make the book, they can back up those files here, and everybody in the group will have access to them or be able to see them. It's just kind of an extra, little layer of security. I can also access that on the left here, and I can take a look at the team. I can take a look at the planner for this group. Again, when you create a group, you automatically create a collaboration team. This is it's a class. So I've already made a team for it. Unfortunately, when you create the team for your group, it automatically creates a collaboration group. I really wish Microsoft would allow you to pick what kind of group you make and pick what kind of team you make from the group, because that would be excellent to have all this functionality tied into Microsoft Teams, especially as a class team, because some of these other features are really, really handy. You can add some of these other features to a team, but they would be separate from the collective group email. And the emails you get from Teams are very confusing looking, which is why I made this group. So, to back up and slow down, let's just take a look at the planner. So the planner is right here. The planner for the group is a really easy way to assign tasks to the group. Adding a task is real simple. These are buckets, and basically you can add a list of tasks to the bucket based off of the activity. So I could add a new bucket here by clicking on Add New Bucket and call this Social Media Tasks. And I actually haven't set this up yet to have any social media tasks, but basically, if I were saying making content for our social media account, and again, our social media account is GHS YRBK Yearbook 2021 at, and that's our handle for Instagram. So actually, anybody could email this handle, anybody could Instagram that handle, right? So I'm going to actually create a task here, and it's going to be related to social media. So it's going to be post these photos. We don't want to post them right now. We actually want to post them on Saturday. And I'm going to assign one of my staff members to this, right? So I'm going to click on that person. I could also type their name. Click off of that to exit that menu, and then click Add Task. So Destiny, that staff member, she's actually going to see that email as like a task that's been assigned to her. If I click on that task, I can expand its options and add like a checklist. Copy the hashtags to post, and I can hit enter on the checklist here to add another item. Make sure you add a few photos of your own, right? And then again, if I had some photos to share with her, I could paste those photo links in the notes section here or the comments. I could also add them as an attachment, and when she sees this task or taps on it, she will be able to download and look at those photos and files and be able to post those to Instagram. So again, when you click Add Attachment, you can attach a file, a link, SharePoint folder, and again, we just looked at our SharePoint site. So if I uploaded those photos to the backup folder and shared a link from there, they would already be accessible to her. Real quick, you can also leave comments, and to exit this menu, just click off of it. That's basically how to use Planner. Planner is really effective at creating a list of tasks that's visible to your group. If you click on schedule, you can see that laid out in kind of like a calendar format. So this is actually a fantastic way to look at all sorts of tasks. And you can filter your tasks. You can add a task right here. You can kind of expand and drop down these menus that are lists of tasks. Yeah, it's all pretty interesting, pretty cool looking. Again, the week view will give you sort of a staggered kind of like set of, tasks. All right. So that's Planner. The last thing we're going to look at is the calendar. And this is the calendar for the group. Okay. So the group calendar, right, is different than the regular calendar. So this is my personal calendar. It has all my, classes I need to teach. The group calendar is right down here where you see groups. And again, I can check mark the little box next to that calendar to hide or show it. If I want to add a event to that calendar, all I got to do again is click on a day or double click to kind of open up this editor here. Right? Add an event, test event, right? And, you can set your time, it could repeat. Again, you can attach files, documents, all that sort of stuff, make it a meeting, assign attendees to it. Instead of adding it, though, to just your regular old personal calendar, you can click on this drop-down menu and assign it to the GHS yearbook calendar. And again, I believe members in a group can also do this to assign, events or tasks in a way. So once I click save, that will send that out to everybody. And again, it's only visible if you turn on that calendar. So again, all the green events are my GHS yearbook 2020 calendar, right? I'm just going to delete that. All the other events in blue are my personal calendar. So again, I know that's a lot, but that's basically the GHS yearbook group. And again, some of the other apps that are tied into here, like Teams and Notebook, work just like they do in Office 365, except now they're associated with the group. You don't have as much control over those and how they're created, as opposed to like when you create a team in the Teams app or you create a notebook in the Notebook app, but essentially they behave the exact same way. All right. Anytime you actually want to send an email to the group, this is the main feature of creating a group. It will look like this. So I'm going to go over to my student account. So here's my student account. I've already been using it to kind of send out test emails to the yearbook group. So I'm going to click on in Outlook, new message. And let's say I was a student and I actually had a question for the yearbook. So I can type GHS YR, right? And it pops up right there in the list. Okay, so any student in our organization or anybody can actually email this group. When I click on that group, right, it's basically going to send it to every single member of that group. So I can ask a question like, hey, when are yearbooks for sale, right? I want to buy one. There we go. Click send. And now everybody in that group is going to get that email. They can respond to it. And again, their name will be on the response and everybody will see that response that's in that group. So that is kind of all I know about groups. I'm not, again, super fluent in them yet, but I think it's a pretty handy feature of Office 365. And if you ever want to create a group or need help with that, let me know.